And good afternoon. It's a new day here at the Redneck Channel. So if you follow the channel, the prior video showed a near disaster, potential disaster of gasoline on the floor of the garage after trying to start my own barn find, 71 Cuda 446 pack car. So yeah, I went ahead and started it and got it outside. Let me show you what we got. Yeah, we got it outside. I started it up, filled the water up again, and it was running out heavily, quickly. And I got it where it would run good enough to put it in gear, and got it outside so I could work on it. And the gasoline issue may have corrected itself. The needle valve in the seat in the carburetor was stuck, and the float was unable to push up on the needle valve to stop the gas flow. So yeah, it was running out. The water issue is not corrected, and I found the location, and I'll show you here what we found. First off, when the float sticks, it has a hose, a dump hose that dumps it. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but it dumps it on the ground. So that's where that came from. Now, for the actual water leak, oh man, you can see that hole in there. It corroded right through that aluminum thermostat housing neck, and it was pouring out of there faster than I could keep it in there. So I'm going to take that off today. I do have a replacement that I bought years ago, and we'll see what we can make it work. Okay, well, let's get this thing out of here. Oh yeah. Ooh, doggies. She's pretty ugly. Yeah, I've owned this car, like I said, since 2000. This thing was already corroded and around the neck, and I coated it with orange silicone. And obviously that didn't do a thing hardly, even though you'd like it and think it would. All right, we need to find a good one, a new one, out of my box of tricks. Well, what I found so far is a Mancini Racing, from our friends at Mancini Racing, cast aluminum neck that I saved from purchase years ago. It looks a little thick, but I guess it's supposed to be right. I found a gasket laying in there. Don't know if it's right size. But anyway, we're going to clean up surface mount area. Clean up those bolts that are coated with silicone and see if they're even long enough. This thing looks really thicker than the other, but maybe it'll keep it from corroding off. I don't know. Let's see. That's pretty thick. Yeah, it doesn't look as thick, and it's got two like little ribs on it, which is different. But I guess we're using what we can use. Yeah, luckily the package came with a new gasket, because this other one is way too small. All right, got some work to do. We're going to clean up these bolts that look pretty yucky. We've got a wire wheel over here on a motor. Have a setup like this. I got the large wire wheel from Amazon, and the motor with light from Harbor Freight years ago. The wire wheel is an 8-inch, I think. Pretty big, barely fits in there. I had a little one that worked good too for a while. You want the twisted wire, because if you don't get the twisted, then they just shred and throw the wire and get dull and get flat and lose their form. Okay, so looks like everything's a fit. I need to clean the thermostat. It's relatively new. I mean, relatively. Clean that off. Clean off the mating surface on the water pump housing, wherever that is. So that cleaned up pretty good. I mean, as far as hours, this thing has very few hours. It's a 180. Recommend no more than a 180 in these cars. Yeah, I noticed another issue. Radiator is really grungy. This had a new core put in, which means the center section using the original tanks. It is a 3-row, and it looks horrible. I could take it to the radiator shop, and they could take the tank off the bottom, and they run a rod through the center, those 3 little holes, which are elongated holes, and they call it rodding it out. Yeah, that's what they do. And then they put it back together. It's called rodding and cleaning. I should either do that, or I could put some additive in there, which probably won't work. That might have been my corrosion problem the whole time. I think I used green antifreeze. Use green antifreeze, it tends to gel, and I think I put some cleaner stuff in there for that. Anyway, let me get a razor blade and clean that off. So we have some curious visitors today that were crying, wanted it out of their pen. The closest one to me is Wino, and that one is Gringo. They just wanted to, they're very curious, especially Wino. She'll get right up in you as you're under the car. Now, getting back to what we were talking about, I bought this many years ago, and it seems to work really well. You're not supposed to leave it in there forever, but it's made by Prestone. It contains sodium citrate, whatever that is. Anyway, for a deep clean, you do it for a 3-day. I guess I have nothing to lose at this point. So rather than putting just water or coolant, I'm just going to put this in when I get to it. I may even look and see if they even have anything better than this, but this was something I've had good luck with last time. Right, Wino? Right. Today was supposed to be a north breeze and high in the 80s, which keeps the humidity down. However, older I get, I can't take much heat anyway, and I'm already not feeling really that good. But we'll continue with this project here in North Texas. So the next step is we wiped it off with alcohol 91% though. And yeah, we got it nice and clean. I'm going to put some silicone on there. And it looks like I still got a little coolant on the one edge. Fight me all the way. I'm going to wipe that again. I used this Permatex 750 Max. Ironically, it matches the engine color pretty close. We're going to put that on, or we did already, and then we got the paper gasket, and then we're going to get the housing on, and the thermostat in, and yeah. So I thought this said 180, it's a 160 thermostat, but my radiator is damn near clogged, so not looking good for that, but we'll finish this job. So we pookied everything up pretty good. This goes in next, or whenever, and then we're going to get some more pookie and put it on the thermostat housing, or a neck, I mean. Coated both sides of the gasket, and we coated this metal on the water pump and the metal on the bottom of the thermostat neck housing, whatever you call it. All right, some bolts. The proper spring goes down into the water pump, and that goes up. Okay, I forgot to put the wire loom bracket on that bolt. Undo the right hand side. So there's the thermostat housing and hose connected back. what we're going to do next is I'm going to put this stuff in called, let's see, what did we call it the other day? Sodium citrate. It says 3 days max, I think. Deep clean for neglected systems. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll try it. We'll try remote starter. Does not want to run very smoothly. I don't know. No fast idle neither. What the hell? She is running. Doesn't accelerate very well, but it is running. Yeah, these are temperamental. Oh, burn your eyes with exhaust. I don't seem to have any fuel leaks anymore, so that's a good sign. From it get hot. Yeah, there's the bad one. Seen better days of corrosion. Don't know why, but you don't run these cars very often. We'll just sit there and it's aluminum versus steel, so you get a dissimilar corrosion. Well, that concludes that project. I've got many more to do. Want to work on the, I'm going to do a video about that battery, show you how to make a battery look retro for a lot less money, and many more projects. So thanks again for watching. Please feel free to make a comment, like and share, and more importantly subscribe if you're new, and thanks again for watching.